Attorney General Faris Al-Rawi sees the Motor Vehicles and Road Traffic Amendment Bill 2017 as the continuation of a series of steps to deal with the administration of justice. He says the bill deals specifically with a multiple range of issues, starting from where the judicial time should be allocated.
The reform of laws, and this bill is commonsensical for a number of reasons. First of all, it is a matter of record that successive Chief Justices have spoken to on a constant basis the need to apply common sense to the use of judicial time. And this bill proposes, as a square feature of that, a recognition that our society is crying out for judicial time to be dealt with on the focus against criminality, conviction, and passage through the courts. We have come forward.
The bill, which was passed in the Senate recently, was read for a second time today in the House of Representatives. It seeks to introduce a system of traffic violations for certain breaches of the Act to provide for the implementation of a red light camera system, a demerit points system, and the reform of the fixed penalty system. The AG noted that the decriminalization of certain offences by converting them into violations will also assist in lessening the amount of cases in the court system.
Let us treat with them by bettering the access to management of the solutions to this, by applying the use of technology, by applying electronic payments, by removing the jurisdictional boundaries with respect to where you are given a charge, and therefore the confines that you must pay that charge in the jurisdiction that you got it. For instance, you get a speeding ticket in Mayaro, you live in Tobago, you have to pay the speeding ticket in Mayaro.
But with the high levels of crime in Trinidad and Tobago, Tabakit MP Dr. Suraj Rambachan sought to find out if the legislation would include special consideration for those who are at a traffic light at late hours of the night.
So what happens with a person who is fearful, have their glass wound up, fearful of standing by that traffic light, waiting for it to change, and in the middle of the night there's nobody else and could be robbed? And this is a real case. So I'm wondering whether after certain hours in these high-risk areas, whether the lights cannot be adjusted to go and blink, so that people don't have to stand by the lights and can move into and move on.
He also raised the issue of driving instructors and licensing officers earning extra money through illegal practices.
What are the charges for licensing officers who collude with driving instructors and driving schools to pass driving tests? Madam Speaker, I showed to the Honourable Minister something that was happening in San Fernando, and it is well known that there are licensing officers in this country who are in collusion with driving schools, and they are passing people.
Princestown MP Barry Padarat says the Motor Vehicle and Road Traffic Amendment Bill does not address several critical road issues. The opposition MP says the bill is missing clauses pertaining to driving under the influence of drugs, as well as punishments for hit-and-run accident drivers.
I've gone at great pains, Madam Speaker, to do a lot of research to show you that the fee structures that exist in many countries are much higher than what is being proposed. The violations that exist in this particular bill does not deal with many of the problems that exist with respect to motor vehicle issues in this country, Madam Speaker.
Laventille West MP Fitzgerald Hines revealed that close to $250 million was spent on the Motor Vehicle Authority building. The former Minister of Works said despite that figure, a lot of work still had to be done on the building to have it opened for work.
We spent, since we came to government, just about $3.5 million on roofing works, on flooring works, to make it habitable, to permit public servants to go in there to work. That was a building that was supposed to have cost this country $45 million, wound up costing us $249 million.
He said information as to why the building cost so much after its initial estimates was very scarce.
And the expenses on that building are not yet finished. I am advised by the current minister that work is ongoing After 249 million for a small building, but as I say, it ain't finished yet.